Alright, what's up everyone? This is NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Pokemon TCGO battle. As promised, I have a new deck to premiere this week. This is kind of just a deck I made with some leftover pieces from other decks I was building. I kind of just coincidentally got everything I needed to make it, so I figured I'd give it a trial run. I've actually only played with it a couple of times, but I ended up getting a really good battle with it, and really shows off what it's capable of. My opponent this time is C Battles 89, and you can see from that mulligan there that she is using a Yanmega Megazone deck, or a Primetime, as it's sometimes called, Yanmega, Mega Judge, whatever you want to call it. Centers around using Yanmega to get cheap, easy kills, and then powering up Megazone Prime to get those massive damage attacks, since it can do basically unlimited damage with its attack, Lost Burn, I believe it's called. So anyhow, she's going to end up mulliganing 2 or 3 times, which will be nice for me. I only have Cleffa, so definitely want something else on the bench if I can get it. I'm going to get to draw 3 cards, I believe, and unfortunately for me, I don't draw into any more basics. But I do get a couple of DCEs, so that's going to be great. Since I have that PCOM, I'll be able to get a Cinccino on the board right off the bat. And now even better, I draw into a collector on my first turn, so that was about the best opening start I could have possibly hoped for. I'm going to grab a Cinccino, a Zoroark, and a Yanma, so I'm going to get one of each of my main attackers on the field. You can see Mew in there. He's not going to play a big role in here. I was just trying him out as a tech against Vileplume, but I'm definitely not going to need him in this battle. So I'm going to go ahead and put my basics down, and since my hand is so strong right now, I don't want to eek. I want to keep my hand. Cleffa has a free retreat cost though, so I'm going to be able to go ahead, retreat into Cinccino, and try a last resort attack. And since I flip heads, I get to do 30 damage to the Magnemite, and that's a really great start for me. If she doesn't pull any basics here, I could actually end up donking her on the next turn, but she has a PCOM, so looks like she's going to get something down. There's also a possibility she'll have a collector in there, but she's going to switch one of her Magnemites for a Yanma, go ahead and put that on the bench, and then attach an energy to Magnemite and retreat it. So I pull a collector. I already had one, but having a second will be nice. And I know in this deck that since I'm also running a lot of stage 1s, Yanmega, her Yanmegas are not going to be that big of a threat, since I'll easily be able to keep pace with them. I need to take out the Magnemites before they become Megnazones, because Megazone has an ability that lets you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand every turn. So that is a ton of draw support. It's going to let her get to all the cards she wants if I give her a chance to set up. So Magnemite is going to be priority number 1. Anytime I can get a kill on it, I'm going to need to do that. And with that in mind, I catch her up Magnemite right off the bat, hit it for Do the Wave. Even though my bench isn't full, it's going to do 60, which is enough to take it out. And so now she just has Yanma. Even if it evolves, it's not going to be able to one-shot me, and I should be able to do a significant amount of damage to it the next turn. So she's going to go ahead and Junk Arm here, get a PCOM, and use that to switch out her Megazone Prime, which fortunately I was able to keep off the field last round, and she's going to grab a Yanmega. So I am going to get Yanmega coming down this turn, and if she has a way to match my hand size, I could potentially end up taking a good bit of damage, or she could snipe Cleffa on the bench and pick up a free prize. But generally you don't want to do that till later in the game, since you can do it basically whenever you want, and it's taking up a bench spot as long as it's out there. So I expect that she'll attack Cinccino, but instead she's going to decide to take a shot at Zoroark with linear attack. So Zoroark takes 40 damage, which is a 3-hit KO, but I guess she didn't want it to get set up. Unfortunately for her, I have a rescue energy, so even if Zoroark gets knocked out, I'm going to be able to put him back in my hand And I got another catcher, so I'm going to catch her up, Magnemite number 2. I already have all the basics I need to take it out, but I draw into 2 more basics thanks to that copycat. And I get a Yanmega Prime, so I've got Yanmega going now. And anytime she matches hand sizes to attack with hers, it's going to make it easier for me to counterattack since our hands will be so close. So I'm in a pretty good spot right here, I feel. And I go for the do the wave and knock out the second Magnemite. So she's probably only got 2 left. And if I can prevent those from becoming Magnazones, I will have an pretty easy victory on my hands. So now she gets a collector. That means that I'm probably going to be facing down 2 Magnemites, and that is the case. 2 more Magnemites are going to hit the bench, as well as another Yanma. And now I'm in a bit of a pickle because even if I get a way to get another catcher, I am not going to be able to take out both of those Magnemites in one turn. And so that means I'm probably going to have to take out a Magnazone Prime at some point. And that's going to be much more difficult than just knocking off these 50 HP Magnemites. So Yanmega's in. It chooses to go for a linear attack on my Yanmega, which will put my Yanmega into a revenge killing range, since 1 Sonic Boom will be enough to take it out now that it has damage on it. I do draw a Junk Arm, so I have the ability to get a catcher back from my discard pile if I so choose, but now that there's 2 Magnemites down, I don't see that as being a really great option, since it's not going to prevent her from getting Magnazone up next turn. Instead, I choose just to do the wave on Yanmega, hit it for 100 damage, and now it's, I mean, anything can kill it really. So next time it comes in, I'm going to be able to pick it off with ease. And just as I feared, she does have a rare candy, so Magnazone Prime comes down, and now things are going to get difficult for me because her deck engine is up and running. Every turn she's going to be able to draw until she has 6 cards in her hand, and that's not only going to let her draw into cards that she wants or needs, it's also going to make it relatively easy for her to match my hand size every turn, because she can either drop to 6 and then play down cards until she matches my hand size, or she can end up drawing into a supporter that's going to let her match my hand size, like Judge or Copycat. And so as you can see here, she's doing everything she can to get down to that 2 cards she needs to match my hand size and activate Insight, and she does manage to do it. But luckily for her, she drew into a lot of trainers there. If she hadn't and had gotten a lot of Pokemon instead, she probably wouldn't have been able to attack this turn, but things work out for her. And I'm going to pick up a collector, which isn't going to help me a whole lot at this point. So I'm going to take a couple minutes to think about what I want to do here. I really want that Magnazone dead. And so I'm going to decide to take a rather drastic action here, and a rather expensive one, as I'm going to end up depleting my side of the board with all of the energy in one turn. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to retreat Cinccino, which means I have to get rid of that DCE. Then I'm going to Junk Arm the remaining 2 cards in my hand to pull up my catcher. And now I'm going to catcher up that Magnazone. And so it has 140 hit points. Since I have Zoroark out, I'm going to be able to copy its attack, which lets me put as many energy cards as I want into the discard pile, into the lost zone, sorry, not the discard pile, into the lost zone. They're gone forever, but it does 50 damage per energy. So I'm going to go ahead, get rid of all the energy I have on the board, but I'm going to hit for 150 damage, which is just enough to knock it out. And now, once again, Magnazone's down. So if I can get a way to get that last Magnemite out, I should have the game won. So now she's going to use a catcher as her Yanmega Prime comes out. She's going to pull Cinccino back up into the active spot. Then she's going to catch her again to get my Yanmega. So that was a really nice move. I kind of question wasting 2 catchers for that, but I guess she really wanted to get a prize, get back into the game. And it did work out because it let her match my hand size of 1. So I'm going to draw Rescue Energy, which is okay. Double colorless would have been perfect, but you know, can't always get what you want. And I considered Junipering first and hoping to draw into one, but Then if I didn't draw into any energy, I would have been out of luck. Unfortunately for me, I do get that double colorless energy, so it would have been better just to discard the rescue energy, and I would have been able to attack this round. But I couldn't guarantee that I was going to get that, so I'm just going to pass and leave Cleffa out there active. I don't care if she wants to kill it at this point. I don't think I'm going to need it anymore, but instead she plays her third catcher, pulls out my Zoroark, and then judges, which was terrible for me, especially after I just got that new hand. Now I'm only going to have 4 cards. Luckily, I draw a really great hand off of only 4 cards. I get another Rescue Energy and a Yanmega Prime. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Yanma here since I can evolve it into Yanmega Prime. And since I have a free retreat cost anyhow, I can either attack or retreat back to anything else I want. And now that Collector is also going to have some use since I've taken some losses, I'm going to be able to plop down a few more basics onto my bench, and that will keep Cinccino's Do the Wave at maximum power. So I want that option opened. I actually can attack a lot of things here, or attack with a lot of things. All of my main guys are going to have enough energy to use their attacks, so it's just going to be a matter of exactly what I want to do. And what I'm going to decide to do is go ahead, play down a single basic. That'll put us both at 5 cards, which is enough to match her hand size. And then I'm going to use linear attack to pick off the wounded Yanmega that I hit with Do the Wave earlier. So it's already got 100 damage. It only needs 10 more, and linear attack is going to be enough to let me take it out and draw my 4th prize. So I'm up 4-2 here in a pretty good spot, and she still doesn't have another Megazone, so maybe if I'm lucky, I can keep that Magnemite from becoming one, but that is not going to work out. She's going to P-Com here, draw into another Megazone, and she has the second rare candy she needs to get it evolved this turn, so now I'm facing down another Megazone Prime, and she has that draw power going again, so she's going to be able to get a lot of cards every turn, really work her way through her deck at a quick pace and get what she needs. And that's why this Megazone Yanmega deck is so strong right now. It's just really, really good when it gets set up. The cards play off of each other well. Yanmega doesn't care about having energy go to the Lost Zone since it doesn't need any to attack. It's just a really solid deck with great synergy. And she's going to use Lost Burn here to take out Yanmega. Thanks to his weakness, she only needs to Lost Zone 2 energy. So that was a really efficient attack for her. And now I'm kind of going to have to think about what I want to do. I make a bit of a mistake here in misinterpreting Zoroark's attack, or actually Megnazone's, because I'm going to end up copying Lost Burn. I thought that it did 50 times the number of energy you discard, but it's only 50 times the number of energy cards. And that may sound like a technical difference, but it's huge here because I put that DCE onto my Zoroark thinking that since it counts as 2 energy, I'll be able to hit Megazone for 150 damage this turn when I copy its attack. So first, I'm going to play Sage. I get another catcher and a junk arm, which is fantastic. And now I'm going to use Foul Play to copy Lost Zone, thinking I've got a KO here. I don't realize that that is not how it works until I've already discarded the energy and I see that I only do 100 damage. So I kind of waste that DCE. I should have just put the rescue energy on there and it would have had the same effect. But, I didn't know that before, so next time I'll know. And now I end up not doing enough to KO it, and she has a switch, so she's able to get it safely back to the bench. And now I have to face down another Yanmega. My Zoroark that's out no longer has the rescue energy on it, so if she is able to match hand sizes, which she does here, she's going to be able to take it out, and I'm not going to be able to get it back since I don't have the rescue energy on it anymore. So one Sonic Boom is going to be enough to take it out. And I'm going to have to think about what I want to go into here. I'm going to throw out Yanma first just because it has free retreat costs, so it means I don't have to make a decision until it's time to attack, since I can retreat to anything I want later. First, I'm going to use Pokegear to see if I can get a supporter. I only get 2 judges, which aren't going to do me a whole lot of good here since I don't have a Yanmega out. Don't need to match her hand size. And so it looks like my best option is probably going to be Cinccino. I do have that catcher though, so that's going to be fantastic. It means that I'm going to be able to take out the Megazone this turn if I want to. And that's going to be important because, as you can see, my deck has slowed down a little bit. She's caught up to me in prizes. We're now tied 4-4. I haven't taken any prizes for the last few turns, and she's been taking one per turn. So it's really coming down to the wire. We can both only afford to lose one more Pokemon, and I have a free prize sitting on my bench in Cleffa. She can pick that off with linear attack whenever she wants, and that's going to be a free prize to her. So really, she only needs to take one more prize to be in the position to win the game. So that's going to put the pressure on me. I have 4 Pokemon on my bench right now, so Do the Wave is going to do 80. That's more than enough to take out Megazone, and now all of her Magnemites had been killed, or so I thought, but she had that rescue energy on Megazone, so that means Magnemite and Megazone are going to go back to her hand. She's only played 2 rare candies, so there is potential to get another one there. And now Horsey and a Magnemite hit the bench, so this is kind of crunch time. I've taken the prize. I only need one more, but if I can't take out something this next turn, I'm probably going to lose the match. So she, on the other hand, cannot kill 2 things in 2 turns. She can kill 2 things in 1 turn, from the bench with Cleffa, but she's going to need a catcher to take out 2 things in 2 turns because Cinccino's hit points are high enough that a Sonic Boom is not going to take it out, and she doesn't have any plus powers that it appears. So she's going to go ahead, take the free prize with Cleffa now, but it is not going to be enough to get her the game because I have that Junk Arm. I'm going to be able to play it on this turn, just ditch the useless judges and get one more of my catchers. And with this catcher, I pretty much have a choice of what I want to take out for the win. Everything on her bench only has 60 hit points, and so anything there is going to be taken out with a Do the Wave. Even though she killed Cleffa, I'm still going to be able to do 60 with that attack, which is just enough to take out anything I want. And I decide, just for consistency's sake, I'll go ahead and kill the other Magnemite since 4 of my previous prizes has come from Magnemite. Take out the last one with Do the Wave, and that's going to be a very narrow 1-0 and a great match. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully the quality is okay too. I actually did not record this one live. I took it off of a stream that I had, so the quality might be reduced a little bit, but hopefully it's not too bad to where you can't see what's going on. I'm planning on doing a Wi-Fi video this weekend, and then another tutorial early next week, followed by another battle sometime later in that week. So lots more good stuff coming your way. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks.